go ahead and get started.
Great.
All right, so we have been learning pronouns. So yesterday I introduced list 1 to you. So before we do that, so we're just adding to our paper on today. You don't have to write the first part over. I'll just tell you what you need to write, but I'm just gonna go over what we learned yesterday. Okay. So remember a pronoun. What is a pronoun? Pronoun. What did your new paper do again? A pronoun is a word used in the place
The place
of a noun.
of the noun. Place of the noun.
Okay? So remember, pronouns take the place of nouns. You take out the noun, you will take out the noun and you will replace it with a pronoun. So a pronoun is a word used in the place of a noun. Pronouns take the place of nouns. So yesterday we introduced our first list, which was list 1. And these pronouns replace your name, right? When we are talking about ourselves, we don't say our name. We have certain pronouns we use. Does anyone remember the pronouns that we use that take the place of our name? What are they? I, me, my, and mine. I, me, my, and mine. Put it up. You didn't even get to that one. You just get it because everybody else is.
She gave it. It looks like mine.
I, me, my, and mine. These are the 4 pronouns that take the place of your own name. Remember, guys, we don't refer to ourselves by our name, so we would say certain pronouns to replace our name. Okay, does everyone have your paper? AC, you have your paper from yesterday? Okay, you have to start all over again. Who else doesn't have their paper?
I does.
I do, not does.
Oh, dear.
That's your paper from yesterday? Okay.
My paper from yesterday right here.
Oh, that's probably the one I was using. Okay, so just 1 minute so I can let someone write this and then I'll move on to the next part because I'm going to erase it. So I, me, my, and mine, these are the pronouns that we use that take the place of our name. And so I will show you guys how this looks in sentences. Well, I'm going to go ahead and move on. All right, so let's go ahead and practice a sentence, okay? You are talking about yourself. Anytime you see your name, actually use your name. You know your name, right?
Elijah.
Okay. And you're going to be writing these sentences, guys, as I'm writing them.
Name.
No, you can put it over there. No, I'm gonna need it. Okay, so look at this. This is our number 1. So go ahead and put a number 1 on your paper. Maybe skip a line or 2. And then put a number 1 and write this sentence just like how I have it.
Okay.
So write it just like how I have it.
Wait, you have to put your name.
Yep. Okay, so I just said 2 times, write it just like I have it. Somebody asked me, do we write it like how you put it? What do you think I'm going to say?
Yes.
Your name, am in first grade. Write this just like this and underline your name. And I'm going to tell you what we'll do next, but I need you to write this. Stop doing that, please.
Great. Now, ready. I'm going with y'all already. I'm writing it.
Okay, do we have the down? Not yet? Make sure, guys, that you underline this as well.
Did line and I underlined it. I'm writing it.
Okay.
Wait, Miss Holmes, I thought we did this one. I'm done. 2 more. You said we doing list 2 tomorrow.
I never said that.
Oh, I said that. Oh, you said next. You said next week. You said we're gonna do list 2 tomorrow, and it was tomorrow. It's no, it's not. It is. You said we're gonna do list 2 next week. Yeah, next week.
Spelling of our time today.
Saying,
Talking intelligence. That's fine. It's just that's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and replace your name. So guys, remember, when you see your name, think of your name. So if I'm talking about myself, would I say Miss Flugents am in first grade? Would I call myself that? No. So let's take out the noun, which is your name. So put an X just like this on that, because we are taking out this noun, which would be your name. And what pronoun could I put instead of saying my name? I would say what? Mine am. Does it make sense? I. So replace it and put I. You would say I am in first grade because you're talking about yourself.
I am in first grade. Yep. Well, you teaching that you would be doing with second grade? You know them teachers that be in the class, guess what?
We don't want to guess. Okay, do we have that sentence? I'm about to erase. Okay, so you have it? Yep, all right. So let's do another one.
We have it. Yep, we have it. See, so. Okay. I can see. No. Ma.
All right, so this one says, the pencil is for your name. So remember, guys, you always gonna put your name where it says your name. So write the sentence. This is number 2. Write the sentence. Then we'll fix it.
Wait, we can write the number 2.
Did I write the number 2?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, we can answer a lot of our questions.
So. Is.
You need to see your math when you're done.
Yes, ma'am. For. Your.
Can you stop doing that?
I'm about to sweat here, bro. You have to write your name under this.
No. Okay, so we have the pencil is for your name. So if you are saying your name, we don't call ourselves by our name. So you would say, so instead of saying I'm talking about myself, I wouldn't say the pencil is for Mrs. Flugents. I don't call myself by my name. So instead of that, so let's X that out.
X your name.
So then I would say the pencil is for, what pronoun would I use? Me. I would say the pencil is for me.
Me.
Pencil is for me.
The pencil is for me. Wait. Oh, the paper is for me. The paper is for Elijah. I'm not calling myself Elijah. And the pencil.
35. I told you to put the lines to divide, and that's gonna help you count. Count. That's wrong.
The pencil.
Okay, the pencil is for me.
The
10.
the the ear.
The pencil is for me. You need to your number sentence needs to include what you are adding. Pencils. You need to have the word pencils in your number sentence.
The pencil.
You need to go measure this again because these are not the right measurements.
One day.
And you didn't do everything it says. So
My
tell
day
me
is
what's
getting here.
oh, here. You're not reading all
I
that.
am getting the Bible.
Not correct.
No.
This is a 10. These are 5s. Go count that again.
My that was 10 though, and that was 5.
Yeah, but it's didn't come right. So basically you need to number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, the pencil is for me. Let's do our next one. Number 3.
I love
Second
God.
finish this.
I love Theody. Huh? I love Theody. I love God. It's Christ. And I love yeah.
Okay, here's number 3. Write this one. The shoes are, put your name.
Your name.
The shoes are, put your name.
The shoes are your name. The shoes write on name.
The shoes are
Your name.
yeah, I like it like that. It's more organized. What you have? Tell me.
Is it 33?
That was only one.
That's really my that's like
No, it's good now. Hopefully.
shoes.
The shoes are, and then put your name.
Oh. Just let him do what he does. Yeah. Because you just
What?
they say 10 on the 5, but 10 is not a 20 number, or 30 or a 40 or 100.
What?
They say 10's in 5, but a 10 is not a 20 number or a 50 number or a 7. I mean,
Okay, do we have it? All right, so we are going to take out your name because we do not call ourselves by our name. So let's X out your name because we're not going to say our name. So what pronoun can I say? The shoes are mine. The shoes are mine. They belong to you. Mine. Okay. Yes.
I was trying to say that.
Okay, y'all ready for the next one? All right. 4. Okay, so go ahead and write this one, number 4. Then I'll read it. Please don't say.
I'm ready. Ready.
With this, how many took until you just shade in right here?
3.
Okay, so why do I still see okay, whatever. Alright, next one. So your name, Dad, went fishing. So we are going to not say our name, of course. I wouldn't say Miss Flugen's dad went fishing. So instead of saying your name, what would you say? My dad. My dad went fishing.
Take one of them.
No, I don't know what that is.
It's all in my way. It's all on my way. Why you hitting my table?
All right. Okay, good. So guys, so this is how, when we take the test on Thursday, this is how it'll be on the test. I will ask you to give me the definition of a pronoun. I will ask you for list one pronouns, and then we'll have some sentences where you'll have to take out the noun and replace it with the proper pronoun. So remember, yes, you'll know it's going, you know that it's going to be I, me, my, or mine, but you have to make sure that it makes sense. So I couldn't put mine dad went fishing, right? It was specifically my. So that's also going to be key, is to make sure that you're picking the correct pronoun to replace the noun, okay? All right, good. So that is it for our pronouns. Yeah, we'll put that in your binders to keep it out. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our science and social studies lesson this week. Let's start with social studies. Page 27. In your social studies. Social studies? I just said that like twice.
Benjamin, to do again.
27.
Benjamin. Okay. Benjamin is Joseph's brother, right? Okay, I'm on it.
Yes.
How? Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin. Last night we went to Mom's. But David, I didn't see you at Mom's fried chicken. That's because I wasn't. Oh.
All right. So last week we discussed give it here. We discussed George Washington and how he is called the father of his country because he was the first president of our country, America. Remember, he was an army general, and when America went to war with England, he was the general that led the army to victory. So when it came time for America to pick a leader, they decided that George Washington would be the perfect pick. I said not to put. Okay. So we're going to go to our next person, which is Benjamin Franklin on page 27. That's our next person we will discuss, Benjamin Franklin. Okay, so Benjamin Franklin was a very wise and great American. He did all he could to help America grow strong. So Benjamin Franklin, he wasn't a president or anything, but he was just known for being extremely wise, and he was often one of the leaders who made a lot of decisions for America at some time. So unfortunately, he did not have a lot of chance to go to school, but that did not stop him from learning. He had to stop going to school very young, but he still decided to read a lot of books, which is key to growing in education, is reading. Reading books help you to grow in your education. So he worked very hard to teach himself a lot of different things. So when he was only 12 years old, he started learning how to print books, meaning he started writing books at 12 years old, a whole book. So Benjamin Franklin, one of his books that he wrote was Poor Richard's Almanac. And it's just a bunch of wise sayings. So like they have one, early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. And then he has little strokes fell great oaks. So Benjamin Franklin was known as a very wise man. And though he did not get a lot of education, that did not stop him from learning. He could write. He started writing books at 12 years old. He was printing books, writing books. That's really young, right? To print books. So he was from the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the same city that the Liberty Bell is in, right? And once he became successful, he decided to go back to his hometown of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and he established a lot of things there. He built a fire department there. He put clean and paved streets there. He had lighted streets, meaning streets with light. He had that put. He built a hospital, a library, and a school. So Benjamin Franklin helped out his city of Philadelphia in several ways. He built a fire department, a school, a library, and a hospital. And he also made the streets paved, meaning they were smooth streets. And he also put lights on the streets. So you see, he went back to his hometown and helped out his hometown. Sit down. Helped out his hometown in a lot of different ways. He was not only known as a wise man who wrote books, he also was known as a scientist as well. So he invented the lightning rod, he invented bifocal glasses, and the Franklin stove. These are different things that he invented. So he was not only a wise man that wrote books, he also was a scientist that invented a lot of different things. He used electricity to make different things. These will be test questions, so just keep that in mind. So again, he was not only a man that wrote books, but he also was a scientist as well that invented a lot of different things. He invented several different things as a scientist. Okay? And he also started to print books at 12 years old. All right, so let's go ahead and turn the page to 28. Let's talk a little bit more about Benjamin Franklin. So whenever America was fighting for its freedom, remember when they fought that war against England, Benjamin Franklin went to France often to get help. He was one of the few that signed the Declaration of Independence, which was the document that was written to declare America's freedom. He also helped to write the Constitution. That's what I said earlier. He was also one of those people who was one of the leaders in the beginning of America. He helped to write a lot of laws. He helped to write a lot of letters that America wrote. So he was, very instrumental in a lot of those things. And that's because of him being smart, him being wise, him working hard. A lot of those things happened because of Benjamin Franklin. Okay? So he would often go to France, right? Weren't we friends with France? Does anyone remember what France gave us as a gift? What? The Statue of Liberty. France had given us the Statue of Liberty. So America had a great friendship with France, and Benjamin Franklin was one of the people that helped us to have a great friendship with one another. Okay? So that is Benjamin Franklin. He's also not only, to show how successful he was, he's actually on the $100 bill. So yes, the $100 bill, that dollar bill, the 100, that's him on there, Benjamin Franklin. Yeah. So Benjamin Franklin was a wise man. He did not have much schooling, but that did not stop him from learning. He continued to read books. When he was 12 years old, he printed his first book. He was also a scientist, right? He invented things like the lightning rod, the Franklin stove, and the bifocal glasses, which are glasses, right? He was from the city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That should be easy to remember that he's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And he helped build a hospital, a school, a fire department, and a library in his hometown of Philadelphia. And he also paved the streets and he put lights on the streets as well, which were important. Okay, so that's Benjamin Franklin this week, guys. That's who we are learning this week in social studies, and we'll review again on tomorrow. Let's go ahead and move on to our science. We're going to cover our last sense.
What is it?
Touch.
I know it.
Okay, let's look at page 28. I'm sorry, 27.
Okay, I'm on it. I'm on it. I mean, you guys will go to the end. Wait, let me see. I'm done. 27. I have 27. And after that, we're going to I am me. Tim and Liz are twins. They look alike. Wait. It's right here. Look. Pass this page up. Pass this page up. Okay. Tim. That's my mom, the real name. Eyes closed, then look alike, but him can see the clouds in the sky lives like to see kittens at play. Him like to hear raindrops on the live like to hear rain.
Okay, so we'll talk about our last sense. So we've covered the sense of smell, sight, taste, and hearing. And now we have our final one, which is our skin. So our skin is the thing, but the sense that we get from our skin is touch, our feeling. So whenever we feel that when it's cold outside, or we feel when it's hot, or when we feel pain, or when we feel a tickle, something tickling us, these are all things that we can feel, and it's because of our skin. Our skin gives us the sense of feeling or touch. Same thing. Our skin gives us feeling and touch. So let's look at 28 and let's talk about our skin because it covers our entire bodies. It is the largest. Did you stop? It is the largest organ in all of your body, and that's because your skin covers your whole body. So God gave our skin many wonderful jobs to do, right? Our skin has hundreds of tiny little holes in it. Now, we can't see the holes because they're that tiny, but these holes are called pores. Now, these are super important, and they're all over our bodies. Our bodies have these tiny little holes, and these holes are called pores. So, God designed our bodies to stay at a certain temperature, right? If our body gets too hot, that's not a good thing. If our body gets too cold, that's also not a good thing as well. Our body is meant to stay at a certain temperature. That temperature is 98.2, I think, or 98.6, one of the two. But our body has to stay at that temperature, right? If it goes up, probably got a little problem. If it goes down too much, we'll have an issue. Our skin's job is to keep our body at that particular temperature. So, whenever you're outside and you're playing and you get overheated and you get hot, guess what your pores will do? They will open. So, remember, the body has to stay at a certain temperature. So, when the pores open up, they are releasing sweat. That's why if you're ever playing outside and you start to sweat, it's because your body's trying to cool you off. Again, your body has to stay at a certain temperature. So if your body gets too hot, your pores have to open to let out sweat to cool you off. So that's why you sweat. Sweating is a good thing. That means your body's cooling you off. So it lets the heat get out and the sweat will cool you off. Now the opposite happens. If we're outside and it's really, really cold, it wouldn't be a good idea for the pores to open up, right? No. Instead, the pores will close when it's cold. So when it's super cold, our pores close because the pores want to keep as much heat in our body as possible. So when it's hot, the pores open to let out some of that heat to cool us off. But when it's cold, the pores close to keep that heat because we need to keep our bodies warm when it's cold, right? Why would you want a cold body when it's cold? So that's what our skin helps us to do. It helps our body to stay at the right temperature, and our pores are the thing that it uses. The pores will either open or close. It just depends on whether you're hot or whether you're cold. That's what the pores will do. That is the job. Okay? On 29. So not only does our skin do that, the skin also has the ability to heal itself. Our skin is always making new skin. When we take a bath, right? When we wash ourselves, some of that old skin washes off, but there's always new skin there to take its place. Sometimes our skin may get dirty. Dirt has germs in it. These germs will not get in our body because our skin, when we wash, that washes off. Also, if we get a cut, our skin will heal itself, right? Have you ever had a cut before and you saw how your skin healed itself? Right? Yeah, sometimes it may leave a scar behind, but most of the time your skin will end up healing itself. But that's the ability that God gave the skin to be able to do, to heal itself. So your skin helps you to feel feelings like pain, cold, warmth. Your skin has the pores that either open or close, it just depends. And your skin also has the job of making new skin, and also your skin will heal itself. That's why, you know, a cut happens. You don't really have to do much to it. The skin will end up healing itself. Okay? All right, so guys, that's our last sense that we are covering, which is skin. Which is touch, which we get from our skin. So that means next week when we come back, we're moving on to our next chapter, but this is our final sense that we are covering on this week. Okay? All right. So the sense of touch or feeling, same exact thing, and we get it from our skin. All right, good. So that is it for that. Let's go ahead and get out our reading, and then we'll be done for the day. All right, so yesterday we started Tiptoes. We read about Jane and Dean as they were playing hide and seek. So Jane went to hide and Dean had to go and find her. So we'll read about Dean today and his fun day that he'll have.
And look at, I don't know what that is. Hey. Fun day. It's his birthday.
Okay, David, you can read forward. Kendall, you'll read 5. All right, so we're on page 4, Dean's fun day. So we'll talk about what Dean has going on his fun day.
Mom made Dean a cake. Dad gave Dean a bite. Jane made Dean a game. Mike got Dean a kite.
Okay, Kendall? Good.
I have to go get him a book.
Oh.
Is Dean good? Yes. Dan, read the meaning. Pete. Yep. And Dave and Dean had fun.
Good. So, what is going on in the story? What do you think they're celebrating?
Dean's birthday.
Dean's birthday, right? What did Mom make for him?
Okay.
And what are some of the gifts that he got?
A game and a bike and a kite.
A kite, right? So he got a bike, a game, and a kite. How many friends did he have at his party?
6. 5.
Yeah, 5 friends, but how many children were there total?
6.
There were 6 children total. So does it look like Dean had a fun party?
Yes.
How old do you think he's turning?
7.
How do you know?
Because he was 5.
That is right, but how do you know it's 7? His candles. Look at his candles on his cake. He has 7 candles. That lets us know that Dean is turning 7. So, yep, good. So that's our story on Dean. That's it. All right, page 6. Let's look at our sounds. O, ah, o, I'm sorry, o, o. AC, you want to read the words there? Read them up and down.
Got, goat, pot, coat, nut, nut.
Good. You, and you. Where you went? I gotta let somebody who didn't go. Come on.
Bring the book or just read that?
Just bring your book. You, you.
Cut, cute, cup, tube, pub, tube.
Okay, let's read the phrases at the bottom. Cairo, you want to do the first 3? And Michael, you can do the next 3. 3 right here.
Together's nice. The punch game, the fast ride, the red beat.
Good. Micah, next 3.
The cute cub. The big bites the tin coat. Tan coat.
Yeah, tan coat. Good. All right, awesome. All right, that's it for reading. So we're gonna start off really slow in this book. We'll probably start reading a little more as the book goes on. All right, so that's it for our Zoom on today. We covered language, science, social studies, and our reading. Asa, if you didn't finish your workbook pages, you can do that today. I will see you on tomorrow for Bible. Bye-bye.